This video is going to show you how you can move data sets from Excel into SPSS or R. So when you look at, first off, all of the data sets from Siegel are available in the Google Apps site. And they're available in one giant Excel file. And when you look at them, you're going to see that they've been formatted with things like percent signs. So we see some percent signs. We also see some commas. There might be some dollar signs in here as well. So SPSS and R cannot handle these other characters because they're not really thought of as numeric characters. So when you try to bring in something that has either a dollar sign, a comma, or a percent sign, SPSS and R will think of them as string variables instead of numeric variables. And so that's a problem. Let's bring one over. So here's one of the problems from chapter 3. And what you're going to see is that we've got some percent signs. So that's a problem. The way to fix this is we're going to highlight all the numbers. And then in Excel, go up to this pull down up here, and you'll see that the reason those percent signs is showing is because they're stored as percentages. Change them to just plain numbers. And so what you'll notice is that that minus 5.3% gets changed to minus 0.05. And if you look up here, you actually get to see the number itself. All right, if you want to see extra decimal places, the way you could do that is just increase the decimals. So let's see, there we go. Now, how do we get this into SPSS or R? Well, I think probably the easiest way is we're going to highlight the data that we want to copy, and I'm going to hit copy. So Command C or Control C, or you can go up to the menu if you want. Now I'm going to make a new spreadsheet. And so now we have a new spreadsheet. Let's make it a little bit bigger. And I can paste it. So now we have a data set that has only this data in it. One minor point, we may want to get rid of this column. This column really isn't necessary, so I can delete that if I want. Let's get rid of that column. So now we just have the two columns. Now I'm going to save it. So if I hit Command S, I'm going to save it as a text file. So let's do comma separated value. Works really well for all these programs. So we'll save it. And I think I stuck it on I better figure out where I saved this. I think I put it on the desktop. Okay, good. Yeah, so we just saved this on the desktop. All right. Now, how do we bring this into R? So we've got a file sitting out on the desktop. And if I go over to R, let's bring this in as Siegel problem. Siegel equals read.csv, and we'll bring this in as desktop / workbook3.csv. And so now if I type in Siegel, you'll see that we have a data set that looks like it's right. If I do a summary on this, then we have clearly dollar change is read in as numeric, which is what it should be, and we get a frequency distribution of country. So to get a histogram, we'll just type Siegel dollar change, and we'll get our histogram. When it comes to bringing this into SPSS, we have two ways, and I think it's important to show you both of those ways. So one way is completely parallel to what we just did in R. So we would go over to File, Read Text Data, and let's go find my desktop. So where is it? ECM desktop. There's desktop. And here's Workbook 3. And so if you double click on Workbook 3, it then leads you through the usual import wizard. So are there variable names? Yes. This is a delimited file. And everything else should be pretty straightforward. You probably want to uncheck space. So SPSS, for some reason, thinks that it's both comma and space delimited. and you'll see that you get some strange results when that happens. And as soon as you uncheck space, because like South Korea is really two words separated by a space, then everything lines up. Okay, good. Hit continue. And then I think we got both these variables right. Country is a string and dollar change is a numeric variable. And go hit done. All right, so that is one way to bring in this data set. And then to get a histogram, we would just go over to Graphs, Legacy, Histogram, and bring in dollar change. Go hit OK, and you get a histogram. Okay, that's the surefire way that will, I hate to say always work, but it's most likely to work. Let's put it that way. Now I'm going to show you a shorter way that often works. So what I'm going to do is just highlight only the data. Let's not copy the variable names. So notice I've not highlighted the variable names. I've only highlighted the bulk of the data itself. Now I want to copy this. So we can either hit Control C or Command C or just hit copy up here. Now I'm going to go over to SPSS and we're going to open up a new data window. So let's get a new data window. And if I position the cursor in the upper left and hit paste, so paste on a Mac is Command V, PC it's Control V, you'll notice we've just dropped the data in and it looks like it's been dropped correctly. So that's an alternative way to bring the data over.